Hello everyone and welcome to this brand new video. Today we're going to be looking at the results of our Strategy of the Month contest for March 2024. We'll uncover the winning strategy along with other noteworthy submissions you've sent us. I must say, as always, you've sent us many interesting strategies, but particularly this month there were numerous well-developed and notable ones. We'll go through them together. We'll take a closer look at a couple of them, including the winner. As always, we'll provide you with operational insights by analysing the basic logic of these strategies and observing their performance. Remember, the Strategy of the Month contest is the competition that rewards the best strategy developed by our students following the Younger method. As you may already know, to celebrate the beginning of the Academy's 10th year, we've decided to double the prizes for the first 6 months of 2024. So for all editions of the Strategy of the Month and Trader of the Month contests, the prizes will increase from 1,000 to a whopping 2,000 euros in Amazon vouchers. Additionally, I remind you that if you want to get the code of the winning strategy of this contest, you can join the Younger Strategy Club, an exclusive service from the Younger Academy, offering access to the open source code of the winning strategy along with all those that have won in the past. The club also offers you the opportunity to access a monthly live masterclass where you will receive advanced training, and you can also receive monthly videos with trading strategy ideas where we illustrate the main rules of some of the strategies in our portfolio. Alright, so let's get started immediately by reviewing this month's strategies, beginning with a strategy on RBOB gasoline. Alessandro sent over this solid strategy for trading gasoline futures. It's a clean 15-minute time frame setup using a pretty standard trend-following breakout approach. So we'll place our buy and sell orders at the break of today's high and low, or more precisely, at the break of the current session's high and low. Clearly, in these cases, it's important to give the market time to create these highs and lows from the opening of the session. So we must wait a certain amount of time for the start of the session so that these highs and lows are significant. Even more so for this instrument, which, as we all know, has rather low volumes in the first hours of the session, the nighttime hours. Here we see some rather messy bars, so it's advisable to avoid operating in the first hours of the session. Then from a certain time on, let's say once the highs and lows have formed, we can place our orders. Let's see some examples here. For example, here a low was formed and the strategy went short. Unfortunately, it hit a stop here. However, for example, in this case, from the session, which is this one, this high was formed. Afterward, the strategy entered on the break and achieved a great gain. So if we look at the results, they are quite regular over the years, definitely a great annual trend. Also, the average trade is quite substantial, $330 with an equity line growing very regularly. So congratulations again to Alessandro, truly a good strategy. The second strategy I'd like to show you today is the one sent to us by Vittorio on crude oil with a 60-minute time frame. Here too we have a breakout strategy that will enter at the break of the highs of the last 9 bars, so the last 9 hours, or the lows of the last 9 hours, with some operational filters. He added an ATR filter to find low volatility periods that often come before big moves, especially when price breaks above or below recent highs and lows. This helps the strategy pick better trades. He also included a time window to enter only a few hours after the session opens and a maximum duration of trades. We see even in this case a very regular equity curve, definitely interesting. Net profit and drawdown are very good with a ratio of 17, so really excellent. The average trade is $340. Also, in this case, really substantial to cover the trading costs. The trend's been pretty steady, but this early 2024 action isn't looking too hot. Still, we're just getting started, so there's plenty of room for things to turn around and surprise us. Congratulations again to you, Vittorio. And here we finally come to the last strategy of today, the winner of the March 2024 contest. This strategy was sent in by Giuseppe, and he deserves a big round of applause. Not only does it put up some pretty impressive numbers, but it also stands out from the crowd. You could say it's got a bit more creativity and originality going for it, which is always a breath of fresh air. It's really very simple, just a few lines of code that exploit a very interesting concept, namely a seasonality on neutral gas. In this case, in fact, the strategy is a breakout strategy, so it will enter at the break of a certain level, but only in certain periods of the year. By studying natural gas's yearly behavior with our proprietary Bias Finder software, interesting patterns emerge. In the early months, prices tend to fall, but during the summer, when natural gas stocks are accumulated in anticipation of winter, the price usually rises or remains stable, only to fall again in the autumn in anticipation of winter. Giuseppe's strategy cleverly capitalizes on these two distinct periods in natural gas's yearly cycle, from the start of the year through March, and then again from August or September onwards until December. Prices typically trend downwards. It's during these times that the strategy really shines, positioning itself to profit from the prevailing bearish sentiment. The strategy filters out the summer months and only takes short positions during the other periods, effectively leveraging the seasonal tendencies. By doing this, the strategy achieves a remarkable stable equity curve. The flat stretches we observe correspond precisely to the summer months when the strategy remains inactive. The strategy manages to secure an appealing average trade, consistently hovering around $300. As mentioned, it exclusively takes short positions and maintains a fairly steady annual trend, barring a few minor exceptions. So, congratulations again to Giuseppe for this strategy, especially for the originality and simplicity with which you've coded it. We hope you found this video insightful. If your goal is to develop strategies like the ones we've just seen, you're definitely in the right place. During the learning process, you too can participate in the contest reserved for our students to win an Amazon voucher worth €2,000 every month. And I remind you that if you want to get the code of the winning strategies, you can subscribe to the Unger Strategy Club. You can find all the details at ungerclub.com and judge the service for yourself. For any other information, I invite you to click the link you find in the description. From there, you can get a free presentation from Andrea Unger, as well as receive the bestseller book, The Unger Method, at home for covering only the shipping costs. Don't forget, you can schedule a call with one of our team members for a free strategic consultation, and we look forward to bringing you more actionable insights in our upcoming videos.